What's good, everyone? It's the one and only NY Phenom. If you guys enjoy NFL, NBA content, want to see some more gaming content soon, give us a like. And if you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you at it. Now, let's get into this video. Listen, let's speak about Week 5, man. I'm just going to go through an NFL Week 5 quick breakdown. Hopefully, this can go quick. I'm not going to do individual videos for this week just because I'm so behind that I don't have time to um, go one video at a time talking about most of the games because there's a lot that happened, and it's just not going to work out. I tried to do that last week. I saw that doesn't work out. But let's get to it, man. Let's get to it. And Week 5 was a really good week of football, man. And let's speak about Teddy Bridgewater and the crew. Listen, for you guys who really thought that Teddy Bridgewater wasn't a starting caliber quarterback, y'all got proven wrong. Teddy B, Teddy Two Gloves, whatever you want to call him, he got busy. He was making plays everywhere, down the field, with his legs, just with pure pocket awareness. I mean, he showed the full display of his game. And the first two games, um, pretty much all the credit was given to the defense and special teams, right? And, of course, they played a big part of that. But I felt that Teddy was kind of, got not getting the love that he deserved. But I mean, it all came out against the Buccaneers. I mean, this is the same Buccaneers defense that forced Jared Goff to 4 turnovers. Like, this Buccaneers defense, I don't even think they had 1 sack. So you gotta show some love to the Saints offensive line also. Ryan Ramczyk and Teron Armstead and the crew. Shaquille Barrett didn't have 1 sack, man. And he was the league leader in sacks. It looked like he was going to break the record for sacks this year. So you got to show some love to Teddy B. He balled out 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. In my opinion, the interception that he threw wasn't his fault. I think if Kamara would have came back to the ball a bit, it could have been completion. But overall, great game. 314 yards. Uh, he threw for like 70%, close to 70%. I mean, he really got busy. He really got busy, man. And that dink and dunk narrative, it was almost shot out the window. Now, do I think that this is what he's gonna be for the next 2 weeks or for his entire career? No, because in my opinion, I think he is more of a conservative style quarterback. But if there was any questions that he doesn't have the talent to stretch the field if needed, or make plays with his legs, or throw out the run and all this other stuff, he proved everybody wrong. He can get busy. And this is just one of the most talented rosters in the NFL. It really is. This defense is lights out. I mean, look, that pass rush is insane. Cam Jordan and the crew, Davenport. This run defense is insane. Onyemata, Malcolm Brown. They got Sheldon Rankins back. You got Davis and the crew. And your boy Lattimore, he's making the case for Defensive Player of the Year. He really is. These past 2 weeks, the week before of him locking up Amari Cooper, and then this week, literally, man, Mike Evans has 0 catches. 3 targets, 0 catches. Man, I started Mike Evans. I got Mike Evans on my fantasy team, B. So I was super upset. I literally had 0 points from Mike Evans. So I mean, we don't know what happened to Mike Evans. We don't know we don't know what happened to him. But I might have to start calling Marshawn Lattimore Island. I think he's starting to get to that point where we gotta discuss him as one of the best cornerbacks in the NFL. He has to be right there in that top 5 because this is one of the most impressive 2 game stretches that I've seen of just a cornerback playing a lockdown defense like that. So shout out to him. We'll see if that keeps on going. But overall, this is looking like one of the best teams in the NFL. I mean, they are one of the best teams, and that's without their star quarterback Drew Brees. And I can't wait for my next power rankings, man. I really can't. You got Mike Evans, you got Michael Thomas. Um, Michael Thomas getting busy. I mean, there was a narrative going on saying that he's only good because of number 9, but he had 11 catches, 182 yards, 2 TDs. So you can't throw that narrative around. He's just a monster. He really is. He's a top 5 receiver in the NFL, no doubt. Maybe even a top 3 receiver. So he gets busy. Jared Cook had a touchdown. I'm not hopping off the Jared Cook bandwagon. I'm really not. He was too good last year for me not to have some belief in him in a better constructed offense. And I believe once the season progresses, we're going to see more Cook because they're going to start focusing on Kamara and Thomas more and more. So that's going to open it up for Cook. Good to see him get a touchdown, his first touchdown of the season. Expect plenty of more. And it's going to be something special when Brees is back in the lineup fully healthy. So that's good to see. Kamara, we know what it is. Do I have to mention it? Do I have to mention the impact he has on the game? I don't even think I have to. So, even Latavius Murray, he got a lot of snaps. I will say one thing. Latavius Murray, he's not marking him. He's not. Okay, he's not. But one thing that Latavius Murray might be better than at Mark Ingram is goal line situations. When it's 3rd and 1, 3rd and inches, so you need the first down, Latavius Murray is perfect for that because we know that he's a big body running back. He's 6'3", 230. So he has a limp to stretch out and get that first down, to get that inch that might be needed. So, Latavius Murray, expect to see him more also later on in the season. So Kamara doesn't get worn out. But overall, man, the Saints just look amazing. They do. I can't front. They're looking amazing. This upcoming week against the Jaguars, it will be interesting in Jacksonville. But of course, that's for another video. On with the Buccaneers. Let me speak about the Buccaneers real quick. Look, Jameis, it wasn't that Jameis had a bad game. I mean, the pressure was on him nonstop. Even in times that he didn't get sacked, there was pressure around him. So, I really can't put all the blame on Jameis Winston. It's not his fault that Mike Evans couldn't get open. Chris Godwin, he's a stud, right? He's a stud. I mean, he really is. He's primarily in the slot, but, I mean, this dude gets busy. He had 2 touchdowns. I know one of them came in garbage time, but still, this guy, he knows how to get open. He just does. And he might become the number 1 option on the team because the week before against the Rams, he was amazing also. So, we'll see how that plays out. One thing I really need to speak about, man, what is up with OJ? Why is OJ Howard not getting the looks that we thought we were going to get this year? It looked like OJ Howard was going to have his breakout season. He was going to be on fantasy. He was ranked as a top 5. He was projected as a top 5 tight end, man. And it's just been the total opposite. It really has. It's been the total opposite. And, I'm kind of disappointed. Not really in all of OJ Howard, but this offensive structure. I know Cameron Brate, he's a solid tight end. He really is. Excuse me. But it is for that OJ Howard was going to break through as a top 10 tight end this year, and it just hasn't been the case. Personally, I really thought they were going to move on from Cameron Brate, but I can't front these 2 tight end sets. I like it. I like the 22 personnel, but we're going to have to see a little bit more OJ Howard. We are to see his offense as explosive as it possibly can be. Running backs play fine. I mean, you're facing one of the best run defenses in the NFL. I mean, the way how Malcolm Brown, Onyemata, Cameron Jordan, Demario Davis get to the running backs, I mean, it's not really that much you can do. They did have some good rushing yards. I believe Ronald Jones had like 10 carries for 35 yards. Peyton Barber had a pretty solid game, but, it is what it is. The defense, they gave us some big plays, right? That one of the best quarterbacks, Carlton Davis, got put out the game early with a head-to-head hit to Jared Cook, so of course that hurt. But run defense still looks good. They held Kamara to like 60 something yards. They actually ranked as like the best run defense in the NFL right now. So that's kind of shocking, but they do have some good run stuffers and Sue and Vita and all. So overall this defense is still fine. I think this team, the Buccaneers, is not panic time. I mean, they weren't even expected to be contenders this year, but look, they still can make some noise. They still can make some noise. It's just they went and faced a great team, and they faced that great team in one of the toughest places to play. So that's that. They're third in the division now. The Saints are first. So that's going to be interesting how it plays out. Speaking about the NFC South, let's just stick in the NFC South real quick. Look, let's go out to Carolina, man. Let's speak about it. Carolina, they're one of the most slept on teams right now. We talk about the Saints all the time about how they're getting busy without their backup quarterback, but the Panthers are doing the same thing. Cam Newton is injured. He's getting rested up. And Kyle Allen, he's just moving the ship on. He's moving it on. He has the ship flowing. Overall, look, is Kyle Allen as good as Cam Newton? No, he's not. One thing I will say, this offense looks perfectly fine. It does. It looks perfectly fine. Kyle Allen, he works in the pocket. He's your game manager, but hell, that's all you really need him to do. Against Jacksonville last week, threw for only 181 yards, only one TD, threw it 30 times. But this man, Christian McCaffrey, is a monster, man. He has to be in the MVP discussion. He has to, man. He really does. This guy had 176 yards, 2 TDs on 19 attempts. So, he's catching the ball at the backfield. He catched the ball at the backfield 6 times for 61 yards. Had a TD there. This dude, Christian McCaffrey, is a straight beast. And I can't wait to see that game in person when I watch the Carolina Panthers and the Saints get busy with each other. But, look, this team is looking good. And if you put a healthy Cam Newton with no shoulder injury, right? No, not dealing with his shoulder, not dealing with his foot, and you just get a really good Cam Newton there, this team could be scary. I know we're showing love to the Saints, rightfully so. They're getting busy with their defense, with their offensive pieces. Teddy Bridgewater is doing this thing, but we gotta show some love to the Carolina Panthers because they're pretty much doing the same thing. And look, this team, they're getting hot right now. Cam Newton, he's ruled out versus the game for the Bucks. So Kyle Allen, he's going to go in for another week and handle business. But look, when do I project Cam Newton to be back? I project him to be back around week 8. Now I know there's a lot of talk saying that the Panthers should just keep Kyle Allen, and if you just looking at it as just what it is right now, they went 0-2 without Cam Newton. They're 3-0 without him. So if you're just looking at it like that, it would make sense. But this is my thing: like, you got a healthy Cam Newton out there, you have to put him in, because the last time we seen a healthy Cam Newton, he led this team to the playoffs. They went 11-5 in 2017. We've seen years when Cam Newton has had MVP years, aka the 2015 season. So this team, if you just put another offensive threat, which is Cam Newton, where he's pressuring the team down the field, where he's running the ball, this team and this offense could look lethal, right? If Cam Newton is back and healthy. And like I said, Kyle Allen, he's doing his thing. He's looking like a really good backup. He really is, man. They even got other running backs named Benufon, getting 80-yard runs, running for 80 yards, getting a 59-yard run. But, they have talent everywhere. They do on the offensive side. DJ Moore, he gets busy. Curtis Samuel, Somebody we expect to get better and better. Julius Wright, we know about Greg Olson. But look, this team, if they want to hit their peak, Cam Newton is going to have to be here and fully healthy. And hopefully they can get him soon because let's say the Saints, they drop a few because they face a Jaguars team that's going to be tough. They face a Bears team in Chicago that's not going to be a joke, right? If you can get Cam Newton sometime, week 6, week 7, and he's fully healthy to go, and you can sort of get a lead on in the NFC South, it could look good. So overall, I was pleased with what I saw in Carolina. Glad to see them handle business. I was kind of worried about this game because Kawan Short, one of the important players on this team, when it comes to the defensive line, got put on IR. And I knew that was going to be tough, but you got studs there like Gerald McCoy, the rookie Brian Burns. He gets busy. You got talent still there, DeAndre Poe. So they have talent up front. We know about Luke Kuechly. I believe he just, got another. It was some stat out there that he broke. He broke another record. We know Luke Kuechly is the truth when healthy. But look, Gardner Minshew, he looked pretty good, right? 26 for 44, 374 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks. I think there's something magical about this guy. I really think it is. I'm not even talking about the mustache, but just in this game overall, it's something magical. Another backup quarterback getting busy. And, it's going to be interesting because the Jacksonville organization, the fans, the team, they're all rallying around this guy, Gardner Minshew. And I know you guys, you paid Nick Foles all that money in the all season. But, we've seen what Nick Foles is as a backup. We've seen he is. He's a perfect backup. He's led a team to a Super Bowl as a backup. So, if you can just have Nick Foles there as a backup, let Gardner Minshew do his thing, I mean, that might be the right path to go on. Because there's something about Gardner Minshew that's just magical. So we'll see how that plays out. I would kind of be surprised if they bring back Nick Foles off the IR. I really would. It had to be something drastic where either Gardner Minshew just fell off or something went wrong with injury or whatever. But, overall, I like what I'm seeing. I know the Jaguars are 2-3, but that AFC South division is going to come down to it's going to come down to the last few games. So it's going to be tight. The Jaguars are not out of it yet, but they need to go ahead and get on the winning streak soon. Leonard Fournette did his thing, 108 yards. DJ Chark, one of the breakout rookies this year that I did not expect to come out and make an impact. This guy, DJ Chark, is an immediate deep threat. 164 yards, 2 touchdowns, 8 receptions. I mean, this guy's gotten busy all year. My thing is, we expected D.D. Westbrook to become the number one receiving option on this team, but it hasn't been that, right? It's been pretty much the DJ Chark show, man. Gardner Minshew loves him some DJ Chark. Westbrook is still getting doing his thing with 82 yards, but he's just not the number one option on that team, which is kind of shocking. But overall, DJ Chark's been balling. Who knows when Jalen Ramsey comes back? But this is still a pretty solid defense. But overall, the Jaguars are not out of it yet. But they need to get on a winning streak. Falcons and Texans. The Falcons are done. I hate to say it. Because this is a team that I thought going into the season just had so much promise. And, there's been a total letdown. And I know Cannell Neal, he got injured again. And yes, that sucks. He's a really good, really good strong safety. But there's no excuse for that, though. There's no excuse to be down, to be out, pretty much out of the playoffs already at 1-4. It's just this team, they just don't have no rhythm. It's just the energy is not there. And I don't know what it is. I really think that it's, look, teams don't recover, man. Some teams just can't recover. And it looks like the Falcons still can't recover from the 28-3 lead. I still think it's it's in the back of their mind like, damn, we should have had a Super Bowl already. Why are we still battling for a Super Bowl that we should have already won? And I just think it's a mess out there in Atlanta. And you know what? It might be time to just reboot, just rebuild. It might just be time to pull a Dolphins. And, a lot of Falcons fans are not going to like to hear that, but it's just a mess. There's no chemistry, there's no energy, and the talent is there. It's not the talent. There's talents on both sides of the field. Do I have to mention Julio Jones? Do I have to mention Calvin Ridley? Do I have to mention Mohamed Sanu? Wasn't Matt Ryan just a 5,000-yard passer? Right? So the talent is there. Now, is the offensive line bad? Yes, it is. I mean, the offensive line is not good. One of the rookies, of course, is dealing with a heart issue. The other one, he's kind of trying to find himself. But, besides Alex Mack and, overall, this offensive line is just not good. It's just not. But look, there's still no excuse. You still got the talent. Matt Ryan, he just hasn't been playing good. I know some of the interceptions that he had hasn't all been on him. But, look, I expect better. When you have the talent there, I expect better. The defensive side, you got Grady Jarrett. You got a Deion Jones. You got a Desmond Trufant. Make plays. Raquel Allen. You got all type of talent there. And you telling me you're giving up 53 points? Now, I know Deshaun Watson's a monster. I know that he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. But damn, 53 points? 53 points. Deshaun Watson literally went 28 for 33. The ball damn near didn't hit the ground. It didn't hit the turf. He threw for 426 yards, 5 TDs, 0 picks, a perfect QB rating. I mean, this dude Deshaun Watson just made y'all look silly. Carlos Hyde getting busy in the run game. Duke Johnson. Look, I gotta show some love for Will Fuller, and I gotta eat my words, because going into the season, I was like, it's either Hopkins or bust, because I thought Fuller was gonna have a down year coming off his ACL injury, because usually that's how it goes. That first year coming back from your injury, you're not really 100%. You're not usually going to come in just make an immediate impact. It rarely ever works like this. But this guy, Will Fuller, had 14 receptions for 217 yards. 217 yards on this Falcon defense. I mean, he literally pulled his pants down, opened up his legs, and took his shit all over the Falcons defense, and didn't wipe his ass, because he left a pile of mess all over the Falcons secondary. And look, I love me some Dan Quinn from him being in Seattle. I always thought he had a good defensive mind. Looked really good the first few years, but it might be time to let him go. He's in charge of the defense, right? He's calling the plays on defense. I know this Houston Texans offense has talent, right? It has talent, but the fact that you guys didn't get one sack on that Houston Texans O-line, to not get one sack on the Houston Texans O-line when you have a Grady Jarrett, when you supposedly had Vic Beasley, who, when he was a rookie, had 21 sacks. Where is he at now, right? Takk McKinley. You have all this talent, and you telling me you can't get one sack? I mean, it looked like Deshaun Watson was just, he was just having fun, right? Hopkins, he wasn't even the main target this game. He still did his thing with 88 yards, right? Y'all let Darren Fells get 2 TDs. That last one that he got, where he literally just catch a jump ball and just stiffed arm the safety. Like, it's just like this Falcons team. It's like the heart is just gone. It's just like the energy, it's just like the desire to win is not there. I mean, yeah, the Colts, they came back last year from a 1-4 record and made the playoffs last year. But do you guys even have that type of determination to get it there? Does the organization even want to do that? Or, does the team even believe that they can do that? Right? So, it's just disappointing. That's the most I can really say with the Falcons. Just disappointing. The Houston Texans, I got to show them some love. I did not expect them to be 3-2 going to the season. I really thought that they would have a down year. But it's been the total opposite, man. Now, I did say that before they picked up Laremy Tunsil. And of course, Lammy Tunsil, he's a really good tackle. Protects Deshaun Watson blind side. So of course that was a good pickup. Picking up Kenny Stills, Duke Johnson, Carlos Hyde. They really helped their team a lot on the offensive side. They really did. Bill O'Brien getting creative. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it, Houston. Hey, they're doing their thing. And they definitely look like they can be contenders this year for real. But overall for the Falcons, one word to describe them: disappointing. Disappointing. And look, Matt Ryan, you're a former MVP. You have all type of records. I've been bigging you up all season. When the top 100 players came, and you were ranked below Jared Goff and the crew, I had to send my shots to them. But it's gonna be hard to back you up this year, man. It really is. And I wouldn't be surprised if the front office and Arthur Blank just said, "Fuck it, let's get rid of Matt Ryan. Let's get rid of Dan Quinn. Hell, let's get rid of Julio. Let's just get a new team and a new atmosphere because there's this energy and this I don't know what to say. It just feels like this Atlanta Falcons team is cursed. The core players in this Atlanta Falcons team are just cursed. I just can't put my hands. I can't put my hands around. That's just what I think, man. That's just what I believe. But that's enough speaking about that division. Let's go ahead. Let's speak about some other games. Eagles dominate the Jets. What else you expect? I mean, to be honest with you, at this point, I know Sam Darnold's coming back, but the Jets, they're looking just as bad as the Dolphins. Now, do I expect them to be better with Sam Darnold coming back? Yeah. C.J. Mosley, I believe C.J. Mosley's back fully healthy and all, but it just hasn't been looking good. They just need to get better. They just need to get better. Eagles, though, hey, they're 3-2. They're 3-2 now. Like I said in the all season, I predicted this team to start off 1-3. They're 3-2, and I projected them to finish the season off 12-4. So, it's looking good for Philly. It's looking good. Now losing Malik Jackson to the journey again, I think those losses are huge, and they might come back to hurt you, especially when you have to face a team like the Cowboys who are going to like to run it up the middle. But look, besides that, this Eagles team, I like it. And everybody's talking about this Eagle defense is trash, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to hear it. This Eagles defense is solid. They brought in somebody like Zach Brown. You still got a nasty defensive line with Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, Vinny Curry, Derek Barnett, and the crew. Right? I think their secondary is kind of underrated. You still got Jenkins out there in that free safety position. Ronald Darby is a solid cornerback, right? Jalen Mills and the crew. Look, you got talent. And this Eagles offense is rolling. It is. And I like the talent there. I like how they're using Jordan Howard a lot more. I do. Carson Wentz is starting to get his players back, right? Alshon Jeffrey. He's getting busy. Zach Ertz. When Deshaun Jackson gets fully healthy, man, this Eagles team is going to be scary, right? Kyler Murray finally got his first win. Cool. It was against the Bengals. So, I mean, we can keep it pushing. It's still something missing about this Cardinals offense. I can't put my hand on it, but it's something missing about this Cardinals offense. And I'm kind of upset. What did they do to my man David Johnson? Why is Chase Edmonds having the same level of production as somebody like a David Johnson? I just want to know, is David Johnson really a corpse, or is there something just missing? Is it the system? Because I feel David Johnson still has talent. Maybe he's not that top 5 back that he was in 2016, but he still has talent. I'm not sure if he needs to go in a new situation or whatever, but there's something missing there for sure. Larry Fitzgerald, he's still Larry Fitzgerald. So but shout out to the Cardinals, Vikings and Giants. I was wrong about this game. I expected the Giants to come in with the Vikings with all the disruption there with the wide receivers, Kirk Cousins and the crew. I expected the Giants to go in and handle business, but the Vikings came into MetLife and they got shit done. I got to salute to Kirk Cousins. There's been a lot of Kirk Cousins rumbling going on, and look, Kirk Cousins, he came out, he balled out, right? 22 for 27, 306 yards, 2 TDs. He got the receivers in the game. I mean, he made sure that he made sure that he went to Thielen this game. Thielen had 7 receptions for 130 yards, 2 TDs. So hopefully that clears up whatever was going on in the locker room with Thielen and Kirk Cousins. Diggs still not being featured like he probably wants in the offense, but it is what it is. Dalvin Cook had a monster game, 132 yards. Yeah, caught the ball for 86 yards on 6 receptions. So, the Vikings were just running the ball all over the Giants. So it was just a good offense performance from this Vikings offense. It really was. Alex and Madison even got busy. Abdullah even got some carries. You like what you saw. You like what you saw from the Vikings. Bills and Titans, man. I want to speak about the Titans. This is why I don't bet on teams, man. Look, man. You guys know. For you guys who's been on the channel for a minute, you guys know that the Titans were my sleeper team at the AFC, but I totally regret it now. I thought this was going to be the year that they just made things happen. But this team is still the inconsistent team that they've been for the past decade. I mean, I can't put my hand on it. This team is just inconsistent. It was a money year for Marcus Mariota, but there's nothing has changed. Nothing. And I don't want to say the season's over because, like I said, I think the AFC South, that division is going to come down to the wire. But, I expected them to come in and win this game. You guys know I was kind of big on Buffalo this year, and of course they're doing well this year, starting off 4-1. But it's just something missing about the Titans. It's not the talent on this team. They got talent on this team. To have Derrick Henry, to have a Dion Lewis as a third down back, to have the talent you have receiving wise with AJ Brown, Corey Davis, Allen Humphreys in the slot, though, Laney Walker. I mean, you got all type of talent. This defense. I mean, you got top tier secondary, right? You got Jarrell Casey on the line, right? What's missing? That's what I want to know. What's missing, man? And to lose this game at home just shows me that the Titans are still the Titans. And kind of disappointed because I expected a lot more from them this year. Raiders beat the Bears. That was kind of a shocker. Look, Derek Carr and the Raiders and John Gruden, we had to show them some credit because a lot of us, including me, expected this team to go down the drain once AB let the Raiders, and that situation happened. But they just kept it pushing. They kept it pushing. John Gruden and this team, you can tell that this team plays with confidence. John Gruden is rallying this team around. And, I got to show him some love. Josh Jacobs, he's a beast. Look, I expected him to come in and be a beast. He's balling out 126 yards, 2 TDs. And Josh Jacobs, he's in running for Rookie of the Year right now. They got talent on the receiving core. Of course, we know about Tyrell Williams, but he was out for this game. But, Derek Carr was just spreading the ball everywhere on this Bears team, right? So, it just is what it is. The Bears, listen, I don't want to say it's panic time for the Bears, but, look, this running game is a mess. And hopefully, what have I been saying about the Bears this year? Why did you give up Jordan Howard? Why? What was the point of giving up Jordan Howard? I want to know. What was the point? Do you guys regret it now? Do the Bears and general manager regret giving up Jordan Howard now? Is he that? Is Jordan Howard not versatile enough for this offense? Because he's doing this thing now in Philly. This past 2 weeks has been a Jordan Howard show. So I knew it was an L when it happened, and it's starting to show. David Montgomery, 11 carries for 25 yards, not the best game. Tariq Cohen, he's not even a real running back if you ask me. He's a receiver he's a receiver at times that plays out the backfield, which is no shade at him because he's great at that role. But he's not just a pure runner. Um, and it's starting to show this running game. Y'all missing a lot. this running game is not there. And look, that's the scary thing when your quarterback is Chase Daniel and when Mitchell Trubisky comes back, because none of those two quarterbacks can carry a team, and they can make, especially Mitchell Trubisky, can make plays for the other team. So, Chase Daniel, he threw 2 picks, had 2 touchdowns, threw for 22 for 30, so it wasn't a terrible game, but, there's a lot missing with this running game. And, look, you pay for the consequences, man. You got to pay for your consequences. And, losing Jordan Howard was a sin. It was a sin, big. So, it is what it is. Allen Robinson, he's a monster. He's a stud. No doubt about it. But, yeah, that's all I really got to say about Chicago. That running game was not there. Ravens and Steelers was an exciting game. It was, but Ravens handled business. I will say one thing. Lamar Jackson did not have the prettiest game. 3 picks, 1 TD. Some of the plays that he was making just, left your head scratching. Had 14 carries for 70 yards. I'm liking the running game, right? I am. With Mark Ingram, Gus Edwards, Justice Hill. I'm liking it, right? As far as the Steelers, this team is pretty much done. Hopefully Mason Rudolph is okay. Hopefully he gets healthy soon because that hit looked ugly. But look, man, this is probably going to be Mike Tomlin's first losing season. And I can't put it all on Mike Tomlin. When you lose AB, when you lose Le'Veon Bell, hey. But my thing is, and when you lose Big Ben out for seasons, are going to play a big factor. But my thing is, you guys asked for this. You guys didn't want to pay Le'Veon Bell. You guys had plenty of opportunity to pay Le'Veon Bell. You guys didn't want to pay him. AB. Yeah, AB is crazy. He is. He got a few screw looses, man. He did. He has a few things up. But you guys could have paid AB his guaranteed money. And maybe, just maybe, AB doesn't act out like how he is right now. Maybe AB is still in the NFL. But, you guys asked for this. Big Ben injury, of course, hurt. I really don't have to explain that one. But, hey, we're looking at the future of this Steelers team. And it's not looking that good. Patriots and Redskins, I'm not going to talk about that one. Patriots handle business, what you expect. I will say one thing. When it comes to this John Gruden thing, like the Redskins are probably the biggest. They're the most dysfunctional organization in the NFL, hands down, no discussion. Most dysfunctional organization, and I hate that my man Dwayne Haskins got drafted there. So unfortunate. Broncos and Chargers. Broncos finally won their first game. They finally won their first game. Shout out to the Broncos, man. And, look, this is another team that I projected to make the playoffs this year. And it's probably not going to happen with them being 1-4 right now. But, hey, one win, a good win. Joe Flacco and the crew got things done. The defense still got busy. Phillip Lindsay ran all over this team. Royce Freeman even got some action. Cortland Sutton. I like it. The Chargers, I will say one thing, man. This offense does not look good. And, I'm kind of concerned for Phillip Rivers. I am. We talk about these star quarterbacks, some of these star older quarterbacks like a Tom Brady and Drew Brees. We talk about them possibly slowing down soon and all. But, hey, Phillip Rivers, he's already said that he doesn't plan on playing that long. He doesn't plan to play to 40 years old. And we might be seeing it. We might be seeing a downfall. Look at it like this. Phillip Rivers, He had 32 completions. 15 of his completions, uh, excuse me, 19 of his completions went to running backs. 19 and 20 completions have went to running backs. You know what that's saying? He's starting to become a check down player. And look, it happens to the best of them. It happened to Peyton Manning. It happened to Brett Favre, Joe Montana, and the crew. It happens to all of them. But I think we might be seeing the end of Phillip Rivers as a star quarterback. We might be, man. That says a lot when 20 of your 32 completions went to quarterbacks. He had 13 completions, but only had 211 yards. That's not good. That's not pushing the ball down the field. He still had 2 picks. And I know that Broncos defense is good, even without Bradley Chubb. But, I'm kind of worried for Phillip Rivers. I am. Melvin Gordon kind of struggled coming back with the team. And look, this is a team that I wasn't big on going into the season. I picked the Chargers to go 7-9 this year. And with them being 2-3, I would definitely be worried. Right now, they're third in the division. The Raiders are above them. The Chiefs, we're about to speak on soon. So, look, the Chargers, Phillip Rivers, I would be concerned. The defense, it's not bad, but they're getting run on. They're getting ran on a lot. And it would definitely help to have Derwin James back healthy. It would help to have Hunter Henry there. But, look, it just doesn't look good. It doesn't. That's it for the Chargers. Let's speak about the Packers and Cowboys, man. This is one of the games I want to speak about. Definitely. Aaron Rodgers, he's shown that he can still win big games. The Packers, they're impressive. One thing I will say is the Packers are going to stay healthy. That's one thing, because it felt like every other play, Zadarius Smith was injured. And you got to stop the run game, man. I know Ezekiel Elliott only had 62 yards, but it just felt like they're still too easy to run on. And that can become an issue, especially later on in the season. Now, it helps that, the Bears don't have a running game at all. The Lions running game, Kerryon Johnson can get busy. We've seen what the Vikings are doing with Dalvin Cook and Alexander Madison. So, we want to see how this plays out. But, overall, the Packers, Aaron Jones, 4 TDs, had an amazing game, right? Aaron Jones has proven himself as, we got to start ranking him up there, maybe in the top 15 running backs in the NFL. Aaron Jones, he took off this game. The receiver options, I'm still kind of worried about this receiving game. This passing game is still not there. It's still not there. I know Devontae Adams wasn't there. Devontae Adams is easily a top 10 wide receiver in the game, right? But just the receiving options is just not there. Aaron Jones was their leading receiver with 7 catches for 75 yards. That's an issue, right? Jimmy Graham had 41 yards for 3 catches, whatever, right? He's not even on the field all the time. They share tight end snaps with Mercedes Lewis and Tonyan. So we'll say that plays out, but right now Jimmy Graham is like their number one receiving option. Jimmy Graham and Aaron Jones are number one receiving options when Devontae Adams is not there. And that's the issue, because we expected players like Marquise Valdes-Scantling to come in and solidify himself as that second receiver option. We expected more from Allison, but we're just not seeing it. We're just not seeing it. Aaron Rodgers, he threw a lot of good throws this game. Some bonehead plays, but overall, Aaron Rodgers, he's still a top 5 quarterback until proven otherwise, and that's that. Cowboys, Dak Prescott, of course, didn't have his best games. I mean, he threw 3 picks. Probably should have had like 5 or 6, honestly. I believe 2 of them got brought back. So, it wasn't the best game for Dak Prescott. It just hasn't been the prettiest 2 weeks. Now, he still have 463 yards, but those weren't the prettiest 463 yards at all. Amari Cooper balled out, 226 yards, 11 receptions. He got busy. Gallup, he came back, and he definitely made an impact with over 100 yards, 1 TD. Randall Cobb, I was expecting a little bit more from him this year. Not seeing the impact that we had seen from Randall Cobb early in the year. Early in the year, to start out, those first 3 games, Randall Cobb was getting busy. But he had 53 yards, had a few drops. We'll see if we can get a little bit more production from him. But Cowboys are 3-2 now, and they're second in the division. So, you guys want to get on the winning streak, because I predicted you guys would miss the playoffs. Now you guys finished in 10-6, and this is kind of how I predicted it to go. I had you guys starting off 3-0, right? But the schedule gets a little bit tougher, and you guys want to win some of these big games. So we'll see if y'all can get it done. Hopefully you guys can run the ball a bit more. And, we want to see how Jason Garrett, Dak Prescott, and Kellen Moore adapts, as the season progresses. But let's get to Colts and Chiefs. Colts, Chiefs. Look, Colts win. Not that we predicted it. They might have figured out Patrick Mahomes. We might be slowing. Teams might have found a recipe to slow down Mahomes. And what it is play press coverage, play man, and keep Mahomes in the pocket. That's the best way to rattle Mahomes, as we see. And I know Mahomes was dealing with the ankle injury, right? That definitely played a big factor, but it is what it is. Same thing happened in Detroit. I know they won the game in Detroit, but it wasn't Mahomes' best game, and he had it looked like a few times he was struggling to make plays, even though he had 374 yards. But, overall, Patrick Mahomes had a letdown game. He did. This defense, I'm not going to go out and say it's like the worst defense in the NFL. I know a few people are saying that. I mean, at the end of the day, they only gave 19 points to the Colts, right? Tyrann Mathieu had a pick. But this run defense is still an issue. Marlon Mack, 132 yards, right? Jordan Wilkins got busy. I don't think the defense is as bad as it was last year. I mean, last year it was historic levels bad. But, you gotta expect. I can't put this on defense. If you would have told the Chiefs defense that you guys would have held the Colts to 19 points, they would have pretty much thought they would have won by 2 touchdowns. That's what we would have thought. But this Colts defense, it played well. Look, they just balled out, play as a unit, and the Colts are 3-2. And who predicted the Colts to still be a solid team, even though when Andrew Luck retired, and the world was just saying that the Colts are going to be 3-13, they're going to be battling for the number 1 pick. But I was there to say that the Colts are still going to be a solid team. This is a way better team than what Jacoby Brissett had in 2017. So, I'm liking it. I like seeing that Jacoby Brissett is starting to get some of the love that, that he deserved. And this Colts defense is starting to get the love that they deserve. And this Colts offensive line, it's just a solid team, man. It just is. Browns and 49ers are closest thing out. 49ers stumped the Browns, and that's that. That's that. This running game by the 49ers is as good as any running game in the NFL. I mean, Matt Breida, I mean, he's really looking like Chris Johnson 2.0. I mean, this guy has his acceleration and speed. I mean, it's just insane. Tevin Coleman looks like he hasn't lost a step from, from coming here from Atlanta. Um, he balled out. George Kittle, my opinion, best tight end in the game. No shots to Travis Kelce and Zach Ertz, but I think George Kittle is just at another level, man. And look, one thing to take away from this, Jimmy G, he's not like really balling out, but in my opinion, he doesn't have to, right? Have you seen this 49ers defense? Have you seen Nick Bosa? I mean, this guy Nick Bosa, yeah, that's one of the best defensive performers you will see all season. He was always causing havoc, where that was getting a sack or just disrupting the offense. I mean, that sack that he had, or pretty much it was a sack, but he caused intentional ground. This the attitude of this 49 defense, man. When Nick Bosa, stumped that flag, or act like he stumped the flag in the middle of the field, man, it's just something different. It's something different about this 49ers team. And I predicted this 49ers team to be a playoff team this year. I did. Now, it sucks that they play in one of the best divisions in the NFL. Still got to meet up with the Seahawks. They about to meet up with the Rams soon. So we'll see what's good. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from the 49ers. I know they don't really have a number one receiver, but they have talent there. Remember, going to the season, we all expected Dante Pettis to be a beast. We're not really seeing that much this year, but we'll see how that happens. Marquise Goodwin, one of the best deep threats, right? Has mad speed. Deebo Samuel has been doing this thing. And look, I like this. I just like the energy over there in San Fran. I really do. Crowd got busy. And look, you know what, man? Baker Mayfield in this offense is just not as good as a lot of people were giving credit. It's not as good. Look, man, you can have star players on your offense, but your offense at times cannot be successful. You know why? Because coaching can be bad, the chemistry just might not be there, and it just is what it is. Look, Baker Mayfield, he struggled 8 for 22, two interceptions, got sacked four times, had a QB rating of 13. I mean, this looked ugly. Nick Chubb had a few good runs. I mean, but Baker Mayfield just can't get the ball to the receivers. Odell had 2 catches for 27 yards. 2 catches for 27 yards. Odell Beckham had 2 catches for 27 yards. I mean, he was doing that in his sleep, and he was getting 9-10 catches in his sleep and with Eli Manning. And Baker Mayfield's supposed to be a top 15, top 10 quarterback in the NFL, according to most people, at least going into the season. But it's been nothing but the opposite of what a lot of people expected from the Browns. But look, I've been telling you this year that it's going to take time for the Browns to gel, and that they're not going to be that top team that a lot of people are projecting from the start. And, I had this team missing the playoffs. I had the Browns going 7-9. And part of that is because of offense. And, look, people don't value offensive line because it's not the most sexiest position. It's not the most glamorous position, but the offensive line is important. And I said going into the season, when they traded Kevin Zeitler, when you lose some offensive linemen, it's going to hurt. And this offensive line it's just been getting dominated. It's been getting taken. It's been getting taken. And, when you try and compete for the playoffs and you don't have an offensive line to protect your quarterback, it's just going to be a mess. And I know they're still in the thick of things. The Steelers are pretty much done. The Bengals they're trying to challenge for that number 1 pick. So, it's pretty much going to be Cleveland and the Ravens down to the wire. So it's not over. But, look, I need more from this Browns offense. Browns defense, yeah, and did play good. I mean, not really. When you let Matt Breida look like Chris Johnson 2.0, I mean, I can't say their defense look good. But Myles Garrett, he's a stud, right? He is. But I expected more. Not from Myles Garrett, but just from his defense overall. Um, I know Denzel Ward was injured, and T.J. Carey had to move to the outside, even though he's primarily a slot corner. But Demarius Randall injured, so you guys are dealing with injuries in the secondary. But hey, you guys want to fix this quick, because if the Ravens gonna run, your season could be over quick. So that's that. That's pretty much my thoughts for week 5, man. Like I said, I don't plan on doing these type of videos that much because I hate making long videos, man. I really do. And this is gonna probably be another long video. It's probably been going on for like past 45 minutes. But anyway, I would much rather do game by game reactions, but we're gonna rock with this for a bit. And trust me, Knicks fans, I'm about to do a Knicks reaction right after this. Speaking about the preseason game, so NBA content will be coming soon. But overall, this is just my thoughts for week 5. My power rankings going into week 6 should be coming soon. I'm gonna try to make predictions about this upcoming week. We'll see how that plays out. And I'm probably gonna do a preview to the Giants and Patriots Thursday night game. So it should be really fun. We'll see how it plays out. But that's it. That's all. If you guys enjoy NFL NBA content, want to see some more gaming content soon, give us a like. And if you're new, go and subscribe to the channel while you get it. On the phenomenal one, I'm out. Deuces.